All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the sincere apostles and elders of Great Millstone who are my teachers. And peace and salutation to you brothers out there preaching this word in truth and sincerity. This is the brother Yahweh Sap with another lesson. Basically, man, I just wanted to give a quick update regarding what's going on in the news, all right, and how these things are linking up with prophecy and how we are almost at the end. All right, so, hey, now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Hey, put on the armor of the Heavenly Father. That way you may be protected whenever these days fully come. All right, because we're reaching the end of Babylon, a.k.a. America, or Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America. All right, this place is about to fall. Okay, and I was just watching this video that a brother has sent in the chat, and pretty much there's this part that I'm about to play for you brothers and you sisters out there, going to show you how this is all linking up with prophecy, man. All right, so before I get this is going to be the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, and I'm going to start at verse 27. Excuse me, and it reads, "Set ye up a standard in the land, blow the trumpet among the nations, prepare the nations against her, call together against her the kingdoms of Ararat, Mini, and Ashkenaz, appoint a captain against her, cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars." And what we're seeing right now is these nations, all right, gathering round about. They're gathering where? Over there in the so-called Middle East, which we know to be, according to prophecy, the valley of Jehoshaphat, all right, or in the Hebrew, Yahweh Shaphat, meaning Yahweh's judgment, all right, because ultimately the Most High's determination is to gather the nations, all right, and have war against them and save the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, or North American Indians, all right. And so it says, verse 28, "Prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes, the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion." That's right. And we see Russia leading this attack because the Medes are who you know now today as the so-called Russians. All right, dwelling over there in the land of Gog and Magog. All right, and so it says in verse 29, "And the land shall tremble and sorrow, for every purpose of Yahweh shall be performed against Babylon, to make the land of Babylon a desolation without an inhabitant." So the reason that you have all these things going on is because the Most High wants to destroy this place, man, for the wickedness and the atrocities that this place has committed against not only the Heavenly Father, but also against his Son, all right, and his people. All right, and so I'm going to let a little bit of this video play, and then, Lord's will, I can get some more scriptures.
Prone in war and things. We've heard that right now, the United States, we're hearing that our enemies might be strategically doing this on purpose. There is currently a war between essentially Israel and Hamas. Iran is funding Hamas. Iran is an enemy of the United States. There is a war against Russia and Ukraine. Russia is an enemy of the United States. Now we're hearing there could be a war with China and Taiwan. China is an enemy of the United States.
That's right. And this is all according to the purpose of the Heavenly Father. All right. And this is a sign of Yahweh Shai's return. So real quick, this is going to be the book of Matthew 24. And I'm going to start at verse 4. "And Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them," well, matter of fact, I'm going to start at verse 3. So this is the book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3, and it reads, "And as he sat upon the mountain of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you." Hey, that's right. Take heed. Hey, watch what you're saying. Watch what you're doing. All right. Take heed to what you're listening to. Hey, make sure that you're staying on the path of righteousness of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. You're not falling away to wayward doctrines. Hey, examine yourself daily. And so it says in verse 5, "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many." And that's what we've been seeing. You know, all these different Israelite camps. All right, you actually have people saying that they're Jesus, all right, in the flesh. All right, and you have people worshiping them. All right, and then it says in verse 6, which is the point, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So these things have to come to pass. That's why we're not supposed to be troubled, because we know, pertaining to the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 9, it says, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." So we know that the end of this world has to come, so that way our world can enter in. All right, so you should be praying for America's destruction, so that way we may finally inherit peace. All right, because this place has been nothing but filthy and polluted. All right, it has been going around. And when I say this place, all right, I'm not only talking about America. All right, I'm also including the people who run America, which are the Edomites, the so-called white man. All right, the devil, according to the scriptures. All right, this man has been going around causing all types of chaos. All right, all types of confusion. All right, and he pretty much, what the Lord used him for was to spread a veil over the earth to hide the truth. Hey, but now the truth is coming out, and now we're starting to see that the end of Esau's kingdom is manifest. All right, and we know that at the end of his kingdom, war runners up next. You're not gonna have Russia, China, all right, or Iran or any of them rule next. All right, but you're gonna have the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and North American Indians. We are going to rule next, and that's what we're hoping for. All right, so back in this video, we'll let a little bit more of it play.
And they are all hitting allies of the United States. At this time, we are distributing resources across 3 different wars. So a lot of people are saying strategically, our enemies could all be attacking our allies at the same time to cause the United States resources to get spread thin across 3 different wars, crippling our ability to support and help out our allies. Do you think that this is exactly what's going on? Do you believe that right now our enemies are strategically all attacking at the same time, so that way the U.S. is divided in its capabilities to provide support? If you believe that our enemies are doing that this is a strategic play, put a 7. I'd like to think if you think that this is strategic.
Hey, and that's beautiful too. He said put a 7, and we know that the number 7 means completion. So he said if you think that this means that it will start World War III, then put a 7, and that's spiritual. We know that this is all gonna fall. That Babylon the Great, or Babylon the Great, also known as America, is about to fall. All right, and we know that we are at the end, and it's very beautiful, man. So from here, I'm gonna jump to the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, and I'm gonna start at verse 4. And it says that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. And we know that the staffs and scepters, all right, they symbolize power. And so we see Esau Edom's power over here in America being broken, man. All right. And Esau thinks that he may have some sort of control over it because he wants to implement his NWO. Hey, but these nations, ultimately, they want to completely and utterly annihilate Babylon America, because they've been going around doing nothing but stealing, murdering, and lying to these nations, man, treating them like shit. All right, taking promising to take millions of dollars of resources, but going in and taking billions. Just being a devil across the whole earth. And the Most High, he's allowed them to be able to do that for a period of time, so that way his sins can reach all the way to heaven, so that way when the Most High destroys him, it's justified. All right, because the Lord said, the scriptures say, let the wicked, Salaki, I'm roughly paraphrasing, but it says, let the wicked be shown favor, and he will still not do right, something along those lines. All right, and so it says, Isaiah 14 and 5, again, Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hindereth. That's right, he's being persecuted and none hindereth, because why? He's been ruling the nations with a continual stroke of anger, man, just constantly taking, all right, under the guise that he's given. All right, but what has he been doing? Taking their children, all right, putting them into wage slavery, all right, feeding them that doctrine of democracy, all right, that demon-like rulership. Now their people are rising up against them. And you also have these nations, they're reaching out for help. The nations that are allies with America reaching out for help, but they're seeing, that America is done. America's finished. All right. And so with that, man, I want to go ahead and end it off on this. So like, yeah, I had it in my mind. Let me go ahead and just the book of Psalms, chapter 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And so we know that the Most High is going to disappoint him and cast him down. All right, he's not going to allow his craft to prosper. All right, and eventually the Most High is going to allow this place to be completely annihilated by those thermonuclear missiles. All right, so now once again it is high time to be awake. All right, out of sleep, for our salvation is nearer than when we first believe. And so with that being said, I pray that this lesson was edifying and uplifting. I'll go ahead and post that link in the description. That way you brothers and sisters can watch it as well. All right, it has a lot of good information in it. It's about 40 minutes long, but that's not a long watch. And so once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and until the next time I say, Shalom.